I am in a short trade on Bitcoin looking for lower prices next, and in this video I will be explaining to you why. Why am I short and why am I still looking for lower? Well, it's pretty simple when we come over to the chart, and if you, very importantly here, watched my video yesterday. Why? Because I laid it all out on a silver platter plate. I was saying at the time here, I am not in a short trade. I am looking for higher prices next. Where were we looking to? Around $109,500, where we had stacked, absolutely stacked, big confluences. Namely, we were coming up to the point of control. We had the daily level, we had the harmonic, and again, the harmonic, I wasn't a fan of the AB, but it was another confluence to add on to this resistance to short. We also had the CME gap as well there, right? So it was just this, wow, it was just this wonderful confluence level. And the daily, of course, we had the daily there as well. $109,000, let's call it $109,600. It was just this absolutely, what, as I say, stacked resistance zone. Really big resistance zone that we came into there. We got the nice rejection. I took my short trade. Oh, and that's still the same short trade that I'm in today. So as mentioned, why am I in a short trade, you might wonder? Well, really simple, right? Plan the trade, trade the plan. We hit $109,500 target zone. I simply traded, as I was been telling you that I would be doing, that plan. And, you know, I'm in that same short trade that I'm in right now. And this was actually a funny comment that we had on this video. This was yesterday's video. You can go back and look into the comments of it. This guy commenting, fact, absolutely nobody with real capacity to move the market will ever trade based on harmonic patterns. This was yesterday before it played out perfectly. I also replied yesterday before it played out. Many times I've traded harmonics, and they are truly do have the real capacity to move the markets. Harmonics or CCPool, I'll let you decide that, but truly nobody knows the power of the wells in CCPool. Chart champions so many times for so many years. We have created exact market pivots in crypto. Just go back from my last few videos, we've absolutely timed the lows of $105,000 up to the highs of the value area high, and then again on this pivot, it has been a wonderful show. So now let me explain why am I not in a long trade right now, because we have actually just hit a weekly naked point of control here. So you might be thinking, well, weekly naked point of control, is this not a long trade down? And for me, although we have hit into the weekly naked point of control with a wick to the downside, I do not see any strength yet in the move. So for me, I like to, you know, wait for reactions at levels. And what I will say, this weekly naked point of control in itself was not a high level of confluence. On top of that, you can see over the past, you know, really since New York opened today, we've seen a large amount of longs open just prior to it. Here at 11 million longs, 5.7 million longs. And they didn't really do a good job of moving the market up, we can say. And then over the past, you know, few hours, we've seen minor shorts, some minor longs opening here. So we're just, for me, we are just grinding around. It's on a weak level. You know, the big difference between yesterday was this was a stacked level of confluence resistance. We had many, you know, 5 to 6 different confluences. You know, here we have one. So it's like, it's not as strong of a level, right? And so I want to see more. I want to see the order flow line up here perfectly, whereas order flow lining up at such a stacked resistance is not as important. We got the visible reaction there. So, you know, that's real simple stuff of why I'm in a short. I had the plan, gave the plan, traded the plan, took my short trades. You know, this is what I also looked like this morning. So you had plenty of time to get into the short above $109,000. And here we are trading below 107,900. And so why am I not in a long here? Well, first of all, there's not enough confluence. On top of that, I do not like the order flow in the reaction. Thus, I will remain patient looking for lower next. I think we got one close by level. Of course, you can just remove this a second and understand we got the daily naked point of control under Friday's low. So this is a scalp trader's trade, but of course you can be aware of, well, another move to the downside to at least that 107.2 level, where you got this kind of mini swing failure pattern type trade where you take out the low with a little bit of little dots. You got that How many minutes are we on? I've got 10 seconds left. You got the daily naked point of control coming into the harmonica, then your final level down there at the monthly naked point of control. 5-minute target hit. That's 4 minutes 57 seconds. Thank you ever so much. I hope you've enjoyed. If you want to see more, I'm just going to say get over right now to chartchampions.com. If I'm giving out the setups like this on YouTube for free, you can only imagine the absolutely high amount of quality and value that you will get inside the membership. It's just on another level. Hope you've enjoyed. Thank you ever so much. And yeah, for anybody saying no real capacity to move the market, well, look at what we've done over the past 24 hours. Absolutely wonderful there. Cheers, everybody. Thank you and goodbye.